everyone, Ron Crider reporting for duty today. It's St. Patrick's Day. I got my green on. I'm wearing my green. Interestingly enough, you'll probably find out here today that St. Patrick wasn't actually Irish to begin with. Then I ran into Irish Kate today, and I said, I got my corned beef and cabbage. Are you eating corned beef and cabbage? He says, well, we Irish people, we don't eat corned beef and cabbage. That comes out of a can. It's kind of like ham. We don't do that. She said, that is actually a product of the Americans and the Jewish people, the Irish and the Jews getting together in New York and putting this together. She said, it has nothing to do with Ireland, corned beef and cabbage. And here I thought you couldn't be a really good Irish person unless you had corned beef and cabbage today. Anyway, I got my corned beef and cabbage. Check it out. Up here it is. I got it at Crider's. They probably don't have any now if you go over there to get it. But I bought a serving for one, which was really a serving for two. There is no question about it, because what you're seeing here is exactly half of what I got. Actually, it's a little less than half of what I got. There's still more ready to go. So I got to tell you, they have really good things. I did taste a little bite of it just a teeny bit ago earlier in the afternoon. Then I have the rest of it for dinner. But got it over at Crider's on Cardinal. Corned beef and cabbage, and look at that, the beautiful potatoes there, and of course the carrots. Everything's going to be really good, and I'm very excited about that. And of course, Tom was there, Tom Crider. He's the guy who started the Aspen Food and Wine Festival, started the Food and Wine magazine. I can't say too many great things about him because he is the real deal, and he's here on Cardinal Drive in Vero Beach. I just go over there and support your local businesses. Those guys are really great people. Okay, enough said about that. Enough said about my dinner. You heard about my good news yesterday. So let's move ahead and say that weather is going to be terrific. Tonight, we're going to have mostly clear skies. There isn't any rain in our forecast. It's going to be a low of about 66 tonight. And then tomorrow, a high of about 90, a low of 66 again. A few clouds from time to time, but otherwise, weather is going to be absolutely terrific. So I have two news clips that I'm going to show you today. First, I'm going to give you a little bit of history. It's nothing to do with COVID-19, but I thought it would be kind of fun. A little history on St. Patrick's Day. You'll see that here in just a second. That's Bet You Didn't Know is the name of the little short program. And then we're going to go to GMA, Good Morning America at ABC, and see what Dr. Jennifer Ashton has to say about another byproduct of getting this shot. So you don't think, well, I don't want to get that shot. There's no reason to get the shot. I don't care if I get COVID. Well, I tell you, you should care if you get COVID, because about 30% of the people who get COVID have other underlying issues that will linger on, and we don't know how long those issues will linger on. I've said that so many times. I'm getting green in the face today about saying it, but it's not a good idea. You don't want to do that. You want to get the shot and not end up getting COVID-19. A couple of my friends have gotten it recently, and that's pretty amazing. One of them has had a pretty bad bout with it, but hopefully he's going to be okay. Two of my other friends escaped it very, very nicely. Even though they got it, they hardly had any signs of it, and a few days later they were feeling much better. But Dr. Jennifer is going to tell you about this as well, about what the byproduct of that is. So we're going to jump into the two news clips. Then I will have the numbers for you about 3:30 this afternoon, and I've been getting these up earlier for you than usual, so possibly I'll have it up by 5 o'clock. Have a really great day. Back in a flash. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Millions of people around the world don their best green attire every March 17th to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But there is a lot we bet you didn't know about Ireland's patron saint. To start with, St. Patrick wasn't even Irish. He was born around the 5th century in Britain, then part of the Roman Empire. At 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and spent 6 years in captivity. He converted to Christianity and later returned to Ireland to spend the rest of his life working as a Christian missionary. After Patrick died on March 17, 461, he was largely forgotten until mythology and legend grew, and centuries later he was honored as the patron saint of Ireland. According to one famous myth, Patrick drove all the snakes from Ireland. The story symbolized Patrick cleansing the island of paganism. There's just one problem. Ireland never had any snakes to begin with. The Emerald Isle is surrounded by water too frigid for snakes to migrate there, whether from Britain or anywhere else. According to another famous story, Patrick used the 3 leaves of the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity. As a result, people in 18th century Ireland started wearing shamrocks on March 17th to signify their Irish Christian pride. That tradition later grew into wearing green clothing, a popular St. Patrick's Day custom today. Though shamrocks don't really exist, we know them as any one of several three-leaf plants, such as wood sorrel or white and yellow clover. As important as St. Patrick is to Irish history, we bet you didn't know the tradition of celebrating March 17th with parades actually started in America. The parade tradition really took off after the Great Potato Famine hit Ireland in the 1840s, sending hundreds of thousands of Irish immigrants pouring into New York, Boston, and other American cities. The first record of a St. Patrick's Day parade in New York dates to 1762, when a group of Irish soldiers serving with the British marched a few blocks to a tavern in Lower Manhattan. Today, it's the largest and longest St. Patrick's Day parade, boasting close to 200,000 participants and nearly 3 million spectators each year. So this March 17th, we hope you'll be wearing green and toasting to some St. Patrick's Day history that we bet you didn't know.
And we'll begin with a look at the latest coronavirus case numbers from Johns Hopkins University. Now more than 120 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 worldwide. 535,000 American lives lost to date, as the CDC now reporting more than 109 million doses of vaccine administered from coast to coast.
All right, percentage of Americans who have been singly or doubly vaccinated grows. That's great.
Yes.
Right? That's great news. But we're getting some news about how effective the vaccines are against preventing infection. Not just disease. Okay. Oh, you got something for us.
This is big news, you guys, and we have to go back to understand the perspective here. Remember, when these vaccines were authorized, a key point was that they prevented disease, clinical disease. We did not yet know whether they prevented asymptomatic infection.
Yes.
Now, there's a new published study. Take a look at this. This was research done at the Mayo Clinic, just published in the Clinical Infectious Diseases Journal. Remember here, these mRNA technology vaccines, we really didn't know whether they were effective at preventing infection, just that they worked in preventing manifesting disease. Now the Mayo study looked at just under 40,000 people. They looked back, you guys. These were people who were vaccinated and then screened before, let's say, a medical procedure, and they found that 10 days after the second dose, they had overall 80% efficacy of lowering the risk of asymptomatic infection. This is such good news, you guys.
Yeah, that's great news, but a lot of people are focused on the numbers. So give us like 80% versus 95%. What does it all mean?
I'm so glad you asked that, Amy, because here's the bottom line. Remember, back a year ago, I had asked Dr. Anthony Fauci, among others, what is the minimum efficacy that you are looking for to authorize or approve a vaccine so it can slow this pandemic? They said the basement was set at 50%, 50. For perspective, influenza vaccine hovers around 35% efficacy. We still recommend it. It does not need to be 94, 95, 96% to save lives and slow this pandemic. So these vaccines, the efficacy is all looking good. And when you get to the 80, 85, 90, 95, you're at the top of the curve. It's all good.
All right.
All righty, folks, here we are in the numbers department for March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and I can truly say we have green on the screen. I don't want to suggest that anybody manipulates numbers, but I got to tell you something. There is green everywhere on the screen today. There isn't any place there isn't green. For example, let's take a look at the deaths for the entire state of Florida. 58 deaths in the past 24 hours. That's down by 32. This is for the entire state of Florida now. The positives, 4,599. That's down by 192. We take a look at the positivity rate for the entire state of Florida. Yesterday it was 5.95. Today it's 5.57. That makes green on the screen over there. Then we'll give you these numbers here. 125,936 are the new vaccinations in the past 24 hours for the entire state of Florida. 125,936. Big number. Total number of people vaccinated in the entire state of Florida so far, 4,464,035. All righty, now let's pop down here to Dade County, Miami-Dade, and take a look at what's going on down here. First, 11 new deaths to report in Miami-Dade, 961 new positives, and 18,644 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours. In Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, 11 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 603 new positives. 9,787 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours. Then in Palm Beach, in the Palm Beaches, 10 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 374 new positives, 4,863 new vaccinations there in the Palm Beaches. In Orange County, that's Mousetown, 1 new death to report, 275 new positives, and they vaccinated 8,720. Then we'll go over to the Space Coast to Brevard. Brevard County, 1 new death to report, and 4,280 new vaccinations in Brevard County over there on the Space Coast where all the spaceships are. Okay, let's go down here to St. Lucie County. St. Lucie County, 2 new deaths to report, 48 new positives, 1,259 new vaccinations. In Martin County is Stewart, no new deaths to report, 29 new positives, and then we've got 650 new vaccinations there. Poor little Vero Beach only had 536 new vaccinations, 1 new death, and 22 new positives in the past 24 hours. Now we'll take a look at the zip codes for Indian River County. The zip codes, and these are positives for the past 24 hours. Zip code 329480, zip code 329581, zip code 32960, that's 7. That's Vero Beach proper, the main part of Vero Beach. Zip code 329624. On the Barrier Island, zip code 329631. 329664, 329674, and 329684. So those are the positives for the zip codes in Indian River County, which is Vero Beach. Now we're going to go down here and take a look at the 7-day moving averages. Check this out. Look at this. Here we go. 74 is the number for the 7-day moving averages for the past 7 days. The number of people who passed away each day for the past 7 days in the entire state of Florida as a result of COVID-19, and it was 78 yesterday. Today it's 74. Well, we finally broke that number. We're under 75. That is a very, very good thing. Now we're going to take a look at what I refer to as the global view. These are the very, very big numbers. Number of people who contracted COVID-19 since we started here in the United States, 29,573,712. Number of deaths in the United States since we started, 537,417. Number of people worldwide, all over the world, who got COVID-19, 120,971. And then the number of deaths in the entire world as a result of COVID-19 thus far today, and this is as of 3:40 in the afternoon on the 17th of March, 2,674,965. Alrighty, folks, so those are the numbers as we get them today. We got them fairly early. They're fairly concise. They look decent, but green on the screen. The first time that we've had green on the screen everywhere since I can remember. So that's a very good thing. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to push the like button. I would appreciate that very much. And I hope you have a very blessed Wednesday midweek. I look forward to seeing you back here on Thursday. Ron Crider, signing off.